Howdy everyone, this is LockNutz, and you're watching a map tour of Greenhills Estate by jampot72. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, today we get to go on a map tour of Greenhills Estate by jampot72. This little bad mamma jamma is 75.29 megabytes to download and is currently only for PC. So, with that in mind, you never know what could happen in the future. This map here is based on the heart of the English countryside, not too shabby at all, and it has nice rolling hills, a little bit of trees, a little bit of that, a little bit of love, and a whole bunch of fun. So with that being said, guys, we have started this gameplay off in new farmers mode. That way you guys know what you get in new farmers mode. So without further ado, let's take a look at that equipment. All right, everyone, here is your equipment that you're going to start off with. Now, the vehicle-wise, I bought this just so we could drive around the map. You don't start with that, but you do start off with one Massey Ferguson medium tractor, one Deutz Fahr top liner harvester that comes along with one Deutz Fahr top liner header, and the trifecta is complete with the Deutz Fahr top liner header trailer. Going over here to trailers, you got a Klaus Karat, not too shabby. Plows, you have a Kverneland plow, Eco Mat. Seeders, you have the Pottinger Terrasum seeder, not too shabby. Fertilizer spreader, you have the Bredal, and this neat thing here is that this does do lime as well, so it double dips. And then rounding it all off, you start off with a 10-winkle weight, not too shabby at all. Nice little bunch of stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map so that you can see where you get to use this stuff. And here is your map. As you can see, guys, there are lots of little things in here. Little lines, little this, little of that. You betcha there's quite a bit of plots in here. You do see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fields on here, so you do have fields. There are contracts available. I did take and see there are some contracts available, but if you buy this right here, you have that up there to do it. There's not many options to go ahead and get yourself started with. Now, this is new farmers mode, so keep that in mind. There are a couple places. These are sell points that we have over here, the animal dealers over here, the water tank animal dealer again, vehicle shop, farmers, production, and then there's also farmers market, farmer market production, and then the farm market store. So you do have things here to go ahead and sell on. There is one area right over here that this is actually a nice little placeable area that you can go ahead and purchase. And just by taking a look at this, you can kind of see two fields. You have one farm right here and another farm as a nice little starting location if you choose to use those locations. But with that being said, there are lots of fields that you can go ahead and purchase on here. Yeah, you betcha. You can go ahead and purchase this little production location if you want to go ahead and set stuff down there. Placeable area, if you will, for $44,000. Not too shabby at all. You do have this starting farm location that you actually start off with, and that's $240,000 for that guy. The other location, it actually is broken up just a little bit. So the starting farm location is $147,000, and this other field over here is $112,000. Not too bad at all. Now, one thing to make sure you go ahead and look at with all this stuff is that you do have all of these fields on here. They range in size a bunch. They're wide open fields. Some have a couple trees on them. Most of them are rolling meadows. But when looking at field prices, you really want to make sure you go ahead and you take a look at it because you do have various sizes on here and various field prices, and then do a range, starting with this little bugger up here coming in at $33,000. Not too bad, and it does range all the way up to $791,000. So you do have quite a bit of different field prices on here. You got some nice roads going through to get you across the map, but for the most part you do have a variety of field sizes, field prices. It does accurately depict what's going on out there fairly well, so kind of keep that in mind. Big field's going to cost a lot. Small fields aren't going to cost all that much. Now that we've kind of taken a look at the map, let's get down on the ground and see what this one actually looks like. And here we are at the shop, starting off the map tour. Not too shabby right here. Comment down below. Let me know if I'm wrong about this, okay? This is pretty neat. I actually like the idea of having all of the stuff at the shop. It's not at your farm. It's not spread out on the fields. Let me know, guys. Is this the first that we've seen of this? I like the idea of this. Comment down below. Have you seen this before? Because I don't remember it, and I may be misremembering something, but comment down below. Let me know. I think this is kind of a neat idea. You got to take all your stuff and drive it on home. Speaking of driving stuff home, let's go ahead and hop in the truck that I purchased so we can drive around and see what's going on. But before we do that, let's go ahead and turn the map on in the corner. That way you guys can kind of follow along with me as we go on this whirlwind tour. Now we're going to start off by driving to the starting farm that you do start off with in New Farmer's Mode. Now one of the things I'm going to do here eventually is I'm going to be driving through the fields, kind of taking a look at stuff so you guys can see what's going on. But for the starting trip back to the starting farm, we're going to go ahead and stay on the roads. As you can see right here, the road isn't that bad. It gets a little narrow, some hidden turn here, but for the most part it's not too bad. You aren't going to have to worry about getting stuff from point A to point B at all on this map. There's a ton of access to get yourself around. Now coming on up here, you do have these two fields, like I said, that you do start off with. Not too shabby at all. Nice little starting area, nice little starting stuff. And well, PU, this is a real dump. Oh, nice little fixer-upper, I guess, if you will. Let's pop out here for just 1 second and see what of this we can actually go ahead and get rid of. You can go ahead and get rid of the shed if you do want. That's entirely up to you. And you can get rid of the barn if you want to tear it down. You get $431, not too shabby. But you do have the option to get rid of this barn here and do what you want. It might make a nice little story or scenario to go ahead and get rid of the stuff, but that's an option that you can go ahead and do. Now with that being said, let's jump in here. Let's kind of drive around the back of this here a little bit. You do see that you do have all of this area going back to the edge of the map, kind of where the fence is along the edge there. Not too shabby. So you really do have room to get yourself started. Maybe cutting down a couple of trees. Maybe you want to leave them up and just kind of make some roads or whatnot. You do have that option right there. It's not too bad at all of a starting location. Close to the original starting point there, so pretty darn slick. Now, as we go ahead and we kind of drive around the map, you're going to be able to see that this is very, very wide open. Almost if you were to have an open concept map like the No Man's Land or anything like that, but with things a little bit more divided, plotted out, looking like this, more of a real life scenario there that you're seeing. Not too shabby. Low rolling grass. I think if you want to get yourself in bed with a BGA, that's really, really going to help out a ton. Just with all the biogas that you can get from this, doing this sort of stuff, it's going to work out nice and slick. Now, this is where I was talking about. You do have this shop up here, not the shop, but you do have this location. This is the warehouse and the warehouse product sell point. Right behind that, you have this nice large area for doing production. There's really nothing on this map for production at all, so this is a nice little area to get yourself set up with. You can probably fit just about everything back here if you really want to, depending on what the route is. But there's also tons and tons of land on this map to get out there and rock and roll and do the things that you want to do. Let's head right around back over here so you can see this little area really quick. You have another little area to go ahead and deal with your animals. This is where you're going to go ahead, buy your animals, take your animals, probably sell some hay and silage back over here. Not too shabby at all. Now we're going to kind of take one of these little dirt paths out here just for a little bit, and you can kind of see you have this nice wide open rolling hills. You got all these hedges going through here. It's not too shabby at all. Like I said, it helps kind of divide everything up so you know where your boundaries are. You know where the edge of your land is. It is pretty darn slick. You can go ahead and do exactly what I'm doing if you really want to. I'm more or less driving along like this just to give you a lay of the land, see what you're going on. Just by going ahead and looking at this, the majority of the stuff, if you're going to set up shop, make your own fields, do the things that you want to do, it's not looking like you're going to have to upsize any of your equipment. You have nice, gentle rolling hills. Nothing super steep that's going to be taxing on your tractors while you're pulling plows, while you're pulling trailers or harvester going up hills. You're really not going to run into that much at all here on this map. It is, for lack of a better term, wide open. It is wide open for you to get out there and rock and roll with enough elevation changes that it makes it feel like you're really living somewhere, like you're not on some fictional flat plain out there trying to make a go at, oh, I don't know, cutting trees down or finding miscellaneous things. This is not going to be like that at all. This is going to be some place where you actually feel like, there's a real world out there. Nice elevation changes. Now, this is one spot I wanted to stop up at so you guys can go ahead and see. It's not all rainbows and unicorns. You do have some forestry out here to get yourself rocking and rolling on. As you can see, the trees are not super close together, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. This is going to give you that opportunity to get back in here, use maybe some smaller equipment for doing harvesting. Nothing that you're going to need horsepower to get up hills or mountains. You don't need a goat to climb up all this stuff out here. You can get out here and do your rocking and rolling at your own pace, at your own time. And the good news is, like I said, you can go ahead and do this out here. Cut down a couple trees. You can either make a go at making this your own farmland, whatever you want to do, or you can go ahead and start planting trees right up here. It's a nice little spot to get yourself going. Of course, you can go ahead and plant trees wherever the heck you want, but I'm just saying, up there's not tons of trees. It's not super, super dense, but it's a nice little area to kind of keep things separated if you want to look at it that way. Now we're at the point where we're getting up towards that other secondary farm that you have an opportunity to get yourself going at. And as you can see, it's beaten up, it's slightly overgrown, but it's nowhere as dilapidated like the other farm. It's a lot of space, actually. You really do have a ton of space to get yourself going in here. I'm smelling dreams. I'm smelling there's a lot of dreams on this location right here. I kind of like this one. Let's hop ourselves back in here, get ourselves going a little bit farther, because we are getting very close back to where we started this whole thing. Right over there's the shop where you get yourself going. It's got the shop / farmer's market over there to make your sell everything that you got to do. And as you kind of come up over this way towards this nice little wooded area, you do have this little plot. Now, I wanted to come up here for a very specific reason, because this wooded area right here, and then once you get past this once you get past this lake right here, this wooded area is a plot that you can go ahead and purchase as well. So it's another little forestry area. If you want to go ahead, cut stuff down, make this your own, and this can be your own little farm. I mean, pretty much there is no place you can't start on here. It's wide open. The world is your oyster on this one. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead, turn off the truck, hop on out, and get ourselves ready to take a look at this map from up above. All right, guys, before we get ourselves up in the air, I just wanted to come back and take a look at this little lake. This is a nice little lake. It's nice. It's in the middle of nowhere. You seen me walking in over here? I think this is what I like. I like this little spot right here. If I'm getting a home, this is my home right here. But for the time being, let's get ourselves up in the air and take a look at this one from up above. Now, as I said, let's slow ourselves down here, stay here. As I said before, it is wide open. This is that little wooded area I said you can go ahead and purchase. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's some little openings, little spots where you can get yourself rocking and rolling. But again, you can go ahead and get yourself anywhere. The dream is real. You can just, anything you want to imagine, this is a great place for it. To get yourself out there, get yourself rocking and rolling. A nice place to get yourself a little multiplayer action and happening here. As you can see, here is your main farm. Very, very small little setup right there. Nice little spot behind. And then the foggy hills, the foggy rolling hills in the background is very, very nice. You get yourself out here, you're taking a look at this land. Like I said, guys, it is. Let's get ourselves up here just a little bit higher. Whoop, a little bit higher. There we go. Wrong way. It is open. It's open. It looks like you can get out here and do just about anything you want. If you want to go ahead and make your own fields, you can have them exactly how you want. If you want to open this stuff up here and just have one massive field, you go for it. This place has all the things that you want to get things going. I kind of like these little roads running around through here. Comment down below. What do you think of the little roads? Where would you guys start? That's another thing I'd like you to answer for me if you can. Comment down below. Where would you start on this map? Would you want to start in that little center area? Keep your hands off, that's mine. Or would you want to start in one of the 2 starting farm locations? How about the forestry area? Do you want to start up in the forestry area? Comment down below. Let me know where your dream starts on this map. Guys, if you're liking what you're hearing, liking what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit the subscription. It really helps the channel out a ton. And make sure you go ahead and share this with somebody. Share this with somebody who likes these wide open availabilities to set your own dream wherever you want. Plant your own fields. Do what you want, where you want, anytime you want. Share this with them. Comment down below. Let me know, like I said, where do you think of this one? How do you think of it? What do you think of it? Just thinking. Let me know. I want to know. Guys, until I see you out here fighting to stay off of my property over there, you get out of here. That's mine. I will catch you guys later, and hopefully I get to see you sometime on this one. But until that time comes, thanks for stopping by.